That right there is happiness. Hey guys, welcome back to Vegas Vixen in the kitchen. Obviously not in my kitchen because it's a quarantine edition, and I'm wearing this Texas shirt because I'm in Texas, and I actually ran out of clothes because I only packed for 3 days, and then I've been here because of the whole quarantine thing. I was not trying to fly back. So today's recipe is Cha Mee, or stir fry noodles, and to make this I'm actually going to be utilizing things that I already have. So we are going to transform these instant noodles into something bomb. So when I went to the Asian market, actually the whole place was bare and all the good noodles were gone. So I don't even know what brand this is. I've never tried it before, but we're gonna use these. We're not gonna use the sauces though. I have some water boiling. We're just gonna cook the noodles enough, and then we're gonna drain them, and then we're gonna cook it with some beef and Chinese broccoli because I bought some Chinese broccoli that day and I haven't been able to use it, and they're starting to go bad. So I have some Chinese broccoli, and we're gonna just use the leaves. And then I have about 5 ounces of beef, and you can use whatever kind of beef you like. I have some flank steak, also known as flat meat, and I just cut them really thinly, as you can see, and I'll show you how to cut these. But before I cut these, I'm gonna do the vegetables first, so that way I don't cross-contaminate the raw stuff with the cooked stuff. Or not the cooked stuff, the raw meat with the raw vegetables. But you can do that with the vegetables first. And then I'll show you how to cook the beef with the other ingredients, and I'll talk through with you, or go through with it with you as I'm doing it. Okay, so I have the leaves here, and I'm just gonna have some, gathering all the leaves. I'm just gonna cut them into kind of strips. So like that. And they wilt anyways in the water because you want to blanch them before you cook them with or saute them with the beef. So I'm just gonna save that to the side. You can use the stems too if you like, because I think there are stir fry noodle dishes with like the flat white noodles that are chow fun noodles, and you can use Chinese broccoli, the stems and the leaves all together, and then that one has like egg and all that stuff. And this one you can put eggs too, but I'm not gonna add eggs to this one. And you can actually use whatever vegetable you like to eat. It doesn't matter. The whole point of this is whatever you can find in the fridge and whatever you have will work. So I'm just gonna grab a few more leaves, and then I'll show you the amount that I have, because I'm trying to match the ratio of the beef. So the beef is 5 ounces. And like I said, the leaves will wilt, so, and I'll show you what I have. Ta-da! So it's like a small bunch that will shrink. And then I'm going to put the instant noodles into the pot with the boiling water, which I have boiling right here. And I have 2 packets of these. So I think this would be enough serving for maybe 1 person, maybe 2, depending on how hungry you are. So just the noodles, and maybe you can save the sauce for something later. And here we are with the beef. Let's clean up the little pieces of broccoli. And I'll show you how to cut these thinly. So I have this in a strip, and you want to cut them into thin pieces. And I'm just cutting it at a bias against the grain. And this is a super, super simple stir fry. Anybody can do it. I'm not even measuring the ingredients. I'm just gonna show you. And honestly, you can just season to taste. So I'm gonna bring you guys back over here. We're gonna check on our noodles to make sure they're not overcooked. and they are perfect. We're gonna drain that. And I just wanna point out, because I wanna drain this in this hot water, I'm just gonna use this hot water from the noodles to blanch this, and I'm gonna rinse it off to stop the cooking process. It's so much easier to just pour the hot noodles with the liquid into the basket or the strainer with the Chinese broccoli, and then it's ready for later. I decided to rinse it a little bit with water, and now I'm going to oil it up a little bit so the noodles doesn't stick. And I have some olive oil. Just turn the wok on. It's nice, super hot, and I'll show you what I did with the noodles. I drizzled a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just gonna run my fingers through to get all of the noodles and everything coated with the oil so that it doesn't stick. And then we save that for later. So I'm gonna show you what I have here. I have some Asian chicken broth mix powder. I have some fresh minced garlic that I minced, and I'm not gonna use all of it. I just like to do this because then I can use it for later. I have some sugar, some oyster sauce, and some cornstarch just in case I want to thicken my sauce if there's a lot of. Okay, so I see the wok is like on fire and hot, so I'm gonna throw in a little bit of oil. Hopefully I don't set off the alarm. I'm gonna throw in the beef. This is a little tiny spoon, small spoon. Look at that color. This is what happens when you get the pan or the wok nice and hot. You get this nice crust, and I'll show you. Yes, that's what you want. And then we're gonna have a spoon right here to scoop out some of this. Maybe half of this regular spoon. We're gonna drizzle that on there. And since you love the sound of that sizzle. And then another spoon. So a spoonful of sugar, and this is going to round out the saltiness from the oyster sauce. So actually just half of that. So I only use about this much. And this is optional. I like to use it, but you don't have to put in sugar. And now I'm going to throw in the oyster sauce. Turn it down a little bit. And I'm going to show you what it looks like now. I want it a little bit more saucy. So I'm going to add a little bit of water and cornstarch in a little bowl to make the sauce. That way your noodles are coated with a nice little glazy sauce. And I didn't measure how much oyster sauce I put in. I just like a lot. So I just maybe did 2 heaping pumps. And so then I'm gonna add the oyster, the cornstarch mixture with a little bit of water, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'll turn the heat back on. And this will thicken. And you want to scrape all that flavor from the pan into that cornstarch. And then I'm going to taste a little bit of it. That is perfect. And now you're ready for the noodles and the Chinese broccoli. And we're gonna toss it, make sure everything is coated. Doesn't that look delicious? So we're gonna toss it around, make sure everything's coated, and then we're ready to plate. How simple is that? This is perfect for, you know, college kids who have top ramen in the cupboard, and then you have some beef and whatever you want. Just throw it in there, experiment. Super easy. This would be like restaurant style quality if I had like flat white noodles or something, you know, then I could put the egg in it and everything. But yeah, so now I'm ready to plate. All right, it looks so good. I bet you if you add some srirachas, like a nice finishing touch. And now we're ready to taste. It smells so good. I can't wait to try it. As you can see. All right. I think it's the perfect amount of sauce. If you want more sauce, if you like it super saucy, all you gotta do is add more sauce, add a little bit more sugar, and lots of cornstarch liquid. Cook it down as it thickens. Boom. All right, let's try this. That right there is happiness. So good. The meat, super tender. The Chinese broccoli cooked perfectly. I don't like my vegetables overcooked, like that soft mush. So it was perfect when I poured the hot water over it and then I cooled it down with some cold water. Wow. I mean, this is not the perfect bite, but the flavor is all there. So good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this recipe. Super easy, right? Don't forget to like, comment, let me know what you think, subscribe, and share on your social media. See you next time. This is perfect time to show. Sorry, I had to dry my hands. All right, if I can get this open. Why is it so hard? Just kidding, the Airbnb doesn't have cool plates. I thought someone was behind me. I am going to take a photo of this first, and then I'm going to taste it and tell you what it tastes like.